Nara sat at her workstation on the big spaceship. The screens in front of her glowed blue. She was watching videos of humans, a new type of people her team had found 3 months ago. Nara had 4 eyes, silver skin, and 4 legs. She was very different from humans. "Commander Jay, come look at this," Nara called out. Her 4 eyes were wide open as she watched the screen. Jay walked over to her station. The small metal rings on his uniform made soft sounds as he moved. He was the leader of their ship, the Tajuk. "What are these humans doing now?" Jay asked. He was curious about the strange creatures they were studying. Nara pointed to the screen. "They are jumping off tall bridges with cords tied to their legs." The video showed humans leaping from high places. They fell down fast, then bounced back up when the cord stretched and pulled them. The humans were screaming, but not in fear. They seemed happy. "They must be criminals getting punished," Jay said, shaking his head. "No, sir," Nara replied. She touched her screen to show more files. "They call this bungee jumping. They pay money to do it. They do it for fun." "That's illegal," Jai shouted. His voice got so high that other workers turned to look. "In all 17 worlds of our galactic accord, doing dangerous things for fun is against the law." Nara blinked rapidly. She was trying to understand why humans would do such things. "Commander, I would like to go study humans more closely," she said. "There's much we don't understand about them." Jay thought for a moment, then nodded his head. "You can go. But remember, do not let them know you are watching them. These humans are more strange than we thought." 2 days later, Nara was in a meeting with the science team. They were planning her trip to Earth. "The human city called Seoul will be your study area," said Dr. Hoon, the head scientist. He was old, with dull silver skin that showed his age. "We have made contact with a small group of humans who know about us. They will help you." Nara nodded. "What have we learned about humans so far?" Hoon touched a screen, and images of humans doing different activities appeared. "They are very social. They live in large groups. But most interesting is how they spend their free time." The screen showed humans riding fast vehicles, jumping out of flying machines, eating very hot food, and climbing up mountains without safety equipment. "They seem to enjoy being scared or in pain," said Minna, another scientist. "It makes no sense." "That's why Nara's mission is important," Hoon explained. "We need to understand if this behavior is a sign of mental problems or if there's something else happening." Nara looked at the images with all 4 of her eyes. "How will I move among them? I look nothing like humans." Hoon smiled and pressed another button. A door opened, and 2 engineers walked in carrying what looked like a human woman. "This is your disguise," Hoon said proudly. "A biosynthetic human suit. It will cover your 4 legs, 4 arms, and 4 eyes. You'll look just like them." Nara walked around the human suit. It had brown hair, light skin, and only 2 of everything. "How will I move with only 2 legs?" she asked. "You'll practice here for 5 days before you go," Hoon said. "The suit connects to your nervous system. It will feel strange at first, but you'll learn quickly." The human liaison named Ta met Nara at a small building outside Seoul. He was tall with short black hair and a friendly smile. "Welcome to Earth, Dr. Kim," he said, using Nara's human name. "How was your trip?" "Different," Nara said, still getting used to speaking through human vocal cords instead of her natural speaking slits. "Your gravity is stronger than I expected." Ta nodded. "You'll get used to it. Your cover story is that you're a visiting researcher studying human recreational activities. That's close enough to the truth." They got into Ta's car, a small vehicle that moved on the ground. Nara had studied these, but never been inside one. "We'll go to my apartment first so you can rest. Then tomorrow I'll start showing you around," Ta explained as he drove. "Any questions so far?" Nara had many. "Why do humans seek danger for fun? On my world, we avoid danger. We play mind games, create art, or have quiet gatherings. Why would anyone jump off a bridge with a cord? Ta laughed. For the thrill, the excitement, the rush. Rush? Nara asked. What is a rush? It's hard to explain, Ta said. It's a feeling of excitement and energy. When you do something scary but safe, your body makes chemicals that make you feel good. Nara took notes on her human tablet. So humans hurt themselves to feel good? No, not exactly. The best thrills feel dangerous, but aren't actually that risky. Like roller coasters, they feel scary, but they're very safe. Roller coasters? Nara asked. Tay grinned. I'll show you tomorrow. The next day, Todd took Nara to a place called Lot World, a large area filled with strange machines and many humans. This is an amusement park, Tai explained. People come here to have fun. Nara watched as humans stood in lines to ride machines that spun, dropped, and twisted. The humans screamed but kept smiling. It was very confusing. Why are they screaming if they're having fun? She asked. Screaming is part of the fun, Ta said. It's a way to release energy and excitement. They walked through the park. Nara saw humans eating sweet foods, playing games to win prizes, and taking pictures. But most interesting were the big machines that Tay called rides. Would you like to try one? Tai asked, pointing to a small ride that went around in circles. No, Nara said quickly. I'm here to observe only. Ta nodded. That's fine, but sometimes to understand, you need to experience. They watched people ride a big machine called a roller coaster. It went very fast, up and down and upside down. The people screamed the whole time. That looks terrible, Nara said. Why do they do this? Because it makes them feel alive, Tai explained. Humans spend most of their time being safe, doing work, following rules. These activities let them feel something different. Nara thought about this. On her world, feeling something different was not valued. Everyone tried to feel calm and peaceful all the time. That evening, Nara sent her first report back to the ship. She sat in her room at Ta's apartment and spoke into her communication device. Commander J, my first day of observation has been informative. Humans have created entire industries around the sensation of fear and excitement. They build large machines to make themselves feel scared without actually being in danger. She paused, thinking about what she had seen. Most interesting is their concept of fun. To humans, fun often includes feeling strong emotions, not just happiness, but excitement, surprise, even controlled fear. This is very different from our understanding of recreation. Nara looked out the window at the city lights of Seoul. Tomorrow, Tai will take me to something called a sports event, where humans watch other humans compete in physical activities. I will continue to gather information on why they find dangerous or difficult activities enjoyable. She ended her recording and sat quietly, thinking. The human world was so loud, so bright, so full of movement and emotion. On her world, everyone valued peace and quiet above all else. Maybe, she whispered to herself, there is something we can learn from these strange creatures after all. In her mind, she kept seeing the faces of the humans on the roller coaster. Their eyes wide, mouths open in screams, but somehow looking more alive than any being she had ever seen. The next morning, Nara woke up in her human bed. She still found it strange to sleep lying flat. On her homeworld, her people slept standing up, with all 4 legs locked in place. She got up and looked in the mirror. The human face that looked back at her was still surprising. 1 nose, 2 eyes, and hair on top of the head. So different from her silver skin and 4 large eyes. Dr. Kim, are you awake? Ta called from outside her door. Breakfast is ready. Yes, I am coming, Nara answered. She was getting better at walking on 2 legs, but it still felt odd. In the kitchen, Ta had made food. There were round, flat things on a plate. These are pancakes, Ta said. Try them with this sweet liquid. It's called maple syrup. Nara sat down and carefully cut a small piece. On her world, eating was done only for health, not for pleasure. Food was simple and always the same. She put the pancake in her mouth. "This is very good," she said with surprise. The sweet taste was new and interesting. "Do humans eat different foods just for the taste?" Ta nodded. "Food is one of our biggest pleasures. Some people travel around the world just to try different foods." "That seems like a waste of time and resources," Nara said, but she took another bite of pancake anyway. "Today I'm taking you to a baseball game," Ta said. "It's a popular sport. Humans play it for fun and exercise, and other humans watch it for entertainment. Your people watch others have fun instead of having fun themselves?" Nara asked. Tai laughed. "It might seem strange, but watching sports makes people feel excited. They pick teams to support and feel happy when their team wins." "More things that make no sense," Nara said, writing notes on her tablet. The baseball stadium was huge. Thousands of humans sat in rows, all looking at a large green field where the players stood. Nara and Tai found their seats among the crowd. "This is very loud," Nara said. The humans around them were talking, laughing, and eating foods that smelled strange. "Wait until someone hits a home run," Ta said. "Then it gets really loud." Nara watched as a man threw a small white ball very fast, and another man tried to hit it with a stick. The crowd made sounds when things happened, sometimes happy sounds, sometimes unhappy sounds. "Why do they care so much about this game?" Nora asked. "It has no purpose. The purpose is to have fun, to feel part of something," Tai explained. "Look around. All these people feel connected right now. They're sharing an experience." Nara looked at the humans in the crowd. They were smiling, talking to each other, and watching the game together. On her world, large gatherings were rare and always very quiet. Suddenly, everyone stood up and started shouting. A player had hit the ball very far and was running around the field. "Home run," Tay yelled, jumping up with the crowd. Nara stayed in her seat, but she felt something strange. The energy of the happy humans around her was affecting her somehow. Their excitement was like a wave that washed over her. It was not unpleasant. After the game, Tai took Nara to a place called a karaoke room. It was a small private room with screens, chairs, and sound equipment. "What happens here?" Nara asked. "People sing songs for fun," Ta said, turning on the machine. "You pick a song you like, and the words appear on the screen. Then you sing along. Humans sing for recreation." Nara was confused again. "On my world, we only use vocal sounds for communication, never for pleasure. Music and singing are some of our oldest forms of entertainment," Tai explained. "Listen to this song." He played a song with a strong beat and simple words. Then he picked up a microphone and started singing along with it. His voice was not perfect, but he smiled as he sang. When he finished, he held out the microphone to Nara. "Want to try?" "No, I am here to observe only," she said quickly. "Sometimes to understand humans, you need to do what humans do," Ta said. Nara thought about this. Her mission was to understand humans. Maybe Tai was right. She slowly took the microphone. "What song should I try?" she asked. Ta picked a simple song with easy words. The music started, and words appeared on the screen. Nara began to sing carefully, trying to match the sounds. At first, she felt foolish, but after a minute, something changed. The rhythm of the music seemed to connect with her body. Her voice got stronger. By the end of the song, she was smiling without realizing it. "That was good for your first try," Ta said, clapping. "It was interesting," Nara admitted. "I felt something when I matched the sounds to the music. That feeling is called enjoyment," Ta said with a smile. "It's why we do most things." Later that night, Nara sent another report to Commander Jai. "Today I observed humans gathering to watch a game called baseball. They show strong emotional responses to events that have no real importance. It seems humans create artificial situations that cause strong feelings. She paused, thinking about how to explain what she had learned. I also participated in an activity called karaoke, where humans sing recorded songs. The purpose appears to be simply enjoyment and social bonding. There is no practical benefit, yet humans spend much time and money on this activity. She hesitated before adding, I found the musical experience caused unusual responses in my nervous system. The rhythmic sounds created a pleasant sensation. I believe further study of human recreational activities may require more direct participation. After sending the report, Nara looked out the window at the busy city. Cars moved along the streets. Humans walked together, talking and laughing. Bright signs lit up the buildings. Her own world was so different. Cities were perfectly organized. Everyone moved with purpose. There was no noise, no bright colors, no surprises. Everything was predictable and safe. Yet here she was, on Earth, feeling new things. The pancakes this morning, the excitement at the baseball game, the strange pleasure of singing. All these experiences would be considered wasteful or even illegal on her world. She remembered something Ty had said. Humans do things that make them feel alive. Maybe that was the key to understanding them. The next morning, Ty had a surprise. Today we're going to a place that will help you understand humans even better, he said as they got in his car. What kind of place? Nora asked. It's called an amusement park. It has many rides and games designed to create different feelings. Excitement, surprise, wonder. Nara felt nervous. These rides, are they dangerous? They're designed to feel dangerous but be very safe, Ty explained. The thrill comes from feeling scared while knowing you're actually protected. They arrived at a huge park with tall, twisting metal structures. Humans were screaming as they raced around on these machines. This is the most popular ride, Ta said, pointing to a massive roller coaster. It goes very fast, drops from great heights, and turns upside down. Nara watched as people got off the ride. They were laughing, talking excitedly, some even getting back in line to ride again. They look happy, she said with surprise, even though they were just screaming in fear. That's what I've been trying to explain, Ta said. Humans enjoy feeling strong emotions in safe settings. The contrast between feeling scared and knowing you're safe creates a unique feeling we enjoy. Nara looked at the roller coaster, then at Ta. Her mission was to understand humans. Real understanding might require more than just watching. Ta, she said slowly, I think I should try this roller coaster. Ta looked surprised, then smiled. Are you sure? You don't have to. For science, Nara said firmly. I need to understand. As they walked toward the line for the roller coaster, Nara felt her 4 hearts beating fast inside her human disguise. What she was about to do would be completely illegal on her world. And yet, for the first time since arriving on Earth, she felt something new. Excitement about what would happen next. Nara and Tai stood in line for the roller coaster. Nara watched the big machine carry people up high, then drop them down fast. The humans screamed, but they were smiling too. Her 4 hearts beat quickly inside her human suit. Are you sure you want to do this? Tai asked. We can watch instead. No, Nara said firmly. I need to understand why humans do this. My job is to learn. The line moved forward. Soon they were at the front. A worker showed them to their seats on the roller coaster. Nara sat down, and a safety bar came down over her. This bar will keep you safe, Tai explained. Hold on to it if you feel scared. I am not scared, Nara said, but her voice shook a little. This is just for research. The roller coaster started to move. It climbed up a tall hill very slowly. Nara could see the whole park below her. The people looked very small. Why is it going so slowly? She asked. Tai smiled. It builds up the tension. The slow climb makes the fast drop more exciting. That makes no sense, Nara said, but her body felt strange. Her breathing was faster. Her hearts were beating harder. Her hands held the safety bar tightly. They'd reached the top of the hill. The roller coaster stopped for a second. "Here we go," Ta said. Then the roller coaster dropped. It went down so fast that Nara felt like she was falling. Air rushed past her face. Her stomach felt like it was floating. She opened her mouth to speak, but a loud sound came out instead. She was screaming. The roller coaster turned sideways, then went upside down. Nara closed her eyes. Her body felt light, then heavy, then light again. The feeling was like nothing she had ever known. Then she realized something. The screaming sound she was making. It wasn't because she was afraid. It was because her body needed to release the strong feelings inside her. And those feelings weren't bad. They were exciting. She opened her eyes as the roller coaster made another drop. This time, she raised her arms like the humans around her. The wind pushed against her. She screamed again, but now it was a happy sound. The ride turned and twisted a few more times, then slowed down. When it stopped, Nara was breathing hard. Her hearts were still beating fast, but she was smiling. "How was it?" Ta asked as they walked away from the ride. Nara thought carefully before answering. "It was interesting. My body had many strong reactions. I felt fear, but also something else." "Fun," Ta suggested. "Perhaps," Nara said. "I would need to try it again to be sure." Ta looked surprised. "You want to ride it again?" "For my research," Nara said quickly. "I need to confirm my findings." They rode the roller coaster 3 more times. Each time, Nara noticed different things. How the fear before the drop changed into excitement during the ride. How her body made chemicals that made her feel good. How laughing and screaming together with others created a feeling of connection. After the roller coaster, they tried other rides. A spinning ride that pushed them against the walls with force. A drop tower that lifted them high and then fell straight down. A water ride that got them wet at the end. By afternoon, Nara was tired, but feeling something new. A sense of lightness, of energy. She had never felt this way before. "Are you okay?" Ta asked as they sat down to rest and drink water. "Yes," Nara said. "But I am feeling many new things. On my world, we avoid strong feelings. We like everything to be calm and the same. But humans seem to want the opposite." "Not always," Ta said. "We like calm times too. But too much calm becomes boring. We need some excitement to feel fully alive." "Fully alive," Nara repeated the words. "That is a good way to describe what I felt on the roller coaster." Ta smiled. "There's something else I want to show you. It's different from the rides, but also something humans do for fun." They went to a big building with a dark room inside. There were rows of seats facing a huge screen. Many people sat watching moving pictures on the screen. "This is a movie theater," Ta whispered as they found seats. "Movies are stories told with moving pictures and sound." "Stories?" Nara asked. "Like information sharing?" "Sometimes, but mostly for entertainment," Ta explained. "This movie is about humans traveling to other planets and meeting aliens." Nara almost laughed. Humans were imagining meeting aliens while sitting next to a real alien and not knowing it. The movie started. Nara watched as humans in a spaceship traveled to a far planet. They met strange creatures there. Some creatures were friendly, but some were dangerous. The humans had to solve problems and face dangers. Nara found herself caring about what happened to the humans in the story. When they were in danger, she felt worried. When they were safe, she felt relieved. When they did brave things, she felt proud of them. "This isn't real," she whispered to Ta. "Why do I feel real feelings about it?" "That's the magic of stories," Ta whispered back. "They let us feel things without any real risk. It's another way humans have fun safely." After the movie, they walked back to Ta's car. The sun was setting, making the sky turn orange and pink. Did you enjoy the movie? Tai asked. Yes, Nara said. It was interesting to feel emotions about made-up events. We don't have entertainment like that on my world. We only share true information. That sounds limiting, Ta said. Nara nodded slowly. I am beginning to see that humans have created many ways to feel different things. You use your imagination to make new experiences. That night, Nara sent another report to Commander Ja. She described the roller coaster, the other rides, and the movie. She tried to explain the feelings she had experienced. The human concept of fun is more complex than we thought, she reported. It includes activities that create strong physical sensations, emotional responses, and mental engagement. Humans deliberately seek out these experiences for their own sake. She paused, thinking about what to say next. I have observed that these recreational activities serve important purposes in human society. They create social bonds, release stress, stimulate creativity, and provide mental and emotional exercise. These are not wasteful activities as we first thought. Nara looked out the window at the city lights. To fully understand this aspect of human culture, I have participated in several recreational activities. This direct experience has been valuable for my research. The physical and emotional responses are difficult to describe, but provide important insights. She did not mention how much she had enjoyed the roller coaster, or how she had asked to ride it multiple times. She did not tell the commander that she was looking forward to trying more human activities tomorrow. After sending the report, Nara lay in her bed thinking about her day. On her world, every day was planned. Everyone did their work, then rested, then did more work. Days were the same. Life was safe and calm. But here on Earth, humans filled their free time with so many different things. They sought out new experiences. They did things just because they felt good, not because they were useful. That's illegal, she whispered to herself, thinking of how her people would view such behavior. But for the first time, she wondered if her people were missing something important. Today she had felt more alive than ever before. The roller coaster, the movie, even the strange foods, they had made her feel things she never knew were possible. Tomorrow Tai was taking her to try something called dancing. Nara closed her eyes, feeling a new sensation, looking forward to what would happen next. Nara woke up early the next day. She felt different. Back home, she woke up the same way every day, calm and ready to work. Today, she felt excited about what might happen. This new feeling surprised her. Ta had promised to take her dancing. Nara had watched videos of dancing, but she didn't understand why humans moved their bodies to music. It seemed like a waste of energy. But after yesterday's experiences, she was curious to try it. Good morning, Ta said when Nara came out of her room. Ready for breakfast? I made something new today. On the table was a bowl of white rice with vegetables, meat, and a fried egg on top. It's called bibimbap, Tai explained, a Korean dish. You mix it all together before eating. Nara tried the food. The mix of flavors was stronger than the pancakes. Some parts were spicy, some were sweet, some were salty. It was complex, like many things on Earth. This is good, she said. The different flavors work together well. That's what I like about it, Ta said. Life is better with variety. After breakfast, they went to a dance studio. The room had mirrors on the walls and a smooth wooden floor. A few other people were there too. This is a beginner's dance class, Tai explained. We'll learn simple steps first. A woman named Min stood at the front of the room. She smiled at everyone. Today we'll learn basic salsa dancing, Min said. It's a partner dance, so everyone find a partner. Tai turned to Nara. May I be your partner? Nara nodded, feeling nervous. On her world, people didn't touch each other except when necessary. Dancing with a partner would be very strange. Min showed them the basic steps. 1, 2, 3. Pause. 5, 6, 7. Pause. She counted as she moved her feet. Nara tried to copy the movements. At first, her feet didn't want to move the right way. She was used to having 4 legs, not 2. But after practicing a few times, she started to get better. Now, we'll try with partners, Min said. Leaders, put your right hand on your partner's back. Followers, put your left hand on your partner's shoulder. Todd gently placed his hand on Nara's back. She put her hand on his shoulder. They stood facing each other. This is very close, Nara whispered. Is this normal? Yes, Ta said. Dancing is a social activity. It helps people connect. The music started. Tad led Nara through the steps they had learned. At first, she was stiff and looked at her feet, but after a while, she began to feel the rhythm of the music. You're doing great, Ta said. Try to relax and feel the music. Slowly, Nara stopped thinking so hard about the steps. Her body began to move more naturally with the music. When Tay turned her, she followed smoothly. When he moved forward, she moved back. They were working together, like one unit. And then something happened. Nara stopped feeling like she was in a human disguise. She stopped feeling like she was studying humans. She was just dancing. She was having fun. She smiled at Ta, a real smile that came from inside. I think I understand now, she said as they danced. This feels good. That's why we do it, Tai replied, smiling back. After the dance class, they walked through a park. The sun was shining, and many people were outside enjoying the day. I have been thinking about what I've learned, Nara said. On my world, we believe that strong feelings are dangerous. We think they make people act without thinking. So we try to stay calm all the time. And what do you think now? Tai asked. I think maybe we are missing something important, Nara said slowly. Humans use feelings in a good way. You create safe places to feel strong things, like roller coasters and movies and dancing. You don't avoid feelings. You explore them. Ta nodded. Emotions are part of being alive. If you never feel anything strongly, are you really living fully? They sat on a bench and watched children playing on swings and slides. The children laughed and shouted as they played. Even your young ones are taught to have fun, Nara observed. On my world, young ones are taught to be calm and quiet from birth. Children learn through play, Tai explained. It helps their brains grow, and it makes them happy. Nara watched a small girl go down a slide. The child's face showed pure joy. It was beautiful to see. Ta, Nara said after a while. I need to tell you something important. My final report is due tomorrow. After that, I will return to my ship. Ta looked sad. So soon. There's still so much I could show you. I know, Nara said, but I have learned more than I expected already. I need to share this with my people. That night, Nara worked on her final report. It was the most important one. It would help decide how her people would view humans in the future. Commander Ja, she began, I have completed my study of human recreational activities. My findings are not what we expected. She carefully described everything she had learned. The roller coaster, the movie, the dancing. The way humans created safe ways to feel strong emotions. Human recreation is not a sign of weakness or lack of control, she wrote. It is a sophisticated system they have developed to exercise their emotional and physical capabilities while maintaining safety. She paused, thinking about what to write next. This part was important. I believe my direct participation in these activities was necessary to fully understand them. The experience has shown me that our view of recreation as wasteful or dangerous is incorrect. Humans use recreation to build social bonds, relieve stress, develop creativity, and maintain mental health. She looked out the window at the Earth City one last time. Tomorrow she would return to her ship, to her own world where everything was orderly and calm. A world without roller coasters or dancing or spicy food. The thought made her feel strange. I recommend that the Galactic Accord reconsider its position on recreational activities. She continued writing. What we have classified as illegal self-endangerment may in fact be a valuable practice that our own civilization could learn from. Controlled exposure to varied experiences and emotions may improve quality of life without sacrificing safety. She finished the report and sent it. Then she went to find Ta, who was watching television in the living room. "My report is done," she told him. "Thank you for helping me understand your world." "What will happen now?" Ta asked. "I don't know," Nara admitted. "My leaders will read my report. They might change our rules about recreation, or they might not." "And what about you?" Tai asked. "Has this experience changed you?" Nara thought about this question. Had she changed? A week ago, she thought humans were strange and reckless. Now she saw them differently. She had felt things she never knew were possible. She had laughed, screamed on a roller coaster, danced, and enjoyed spicy food. "Yes," she said finally, "I have changed. I understand now why you do the things you do. And I think I will miss it when I go back." The next day, Ta drove Nara to the meeting point where her ship would pick her up. They stood together in a quiet field, waiting. "Will you ever come back?" Ta asked. "I hope so," Nara said. "There is still much to learn about Earth. And much fun to have," Ta added with a smile. Nara smiled back. "Yes, that too." The ship arrived, invisible to human eyes but clear to Nara. She turned to Ta one last time. "Thank you for showing me that sometimes doing things that seem wrong can be very right." She reached out and did something she had never done before. She hugged him. Then she stepped back and pressed a button on her wrist. Her human disguise faded away, revealing her true silver form with 4 eyes and 4 legs. Ta looked surprised but not afraid. "Safe travels, Nara." "Goodbye, Ta," she said in her natural voice, which sounded like soft bells. As the ship took her away from Earth, Nara looked down at the planet below. It was so full of life, color, and feelings, so different from her world. On the ship, Commander J was waiting for her. "Welcome back, Researcher Nara," he said formally. "Your reports have been unexpected." "Thank you, Commander," Nara replied. "I have learned much." "And what was your most important discovery?" he asked. Nara thought for a moment, then answered, "That sometimes the things we call illegal might be the things we need the most." The commander looked shocked, but Nara didn't care. She had tasted ice cream, ridden a roller coaster, and danced with a human. She had lived. And no law could make that illegal anymore.